A 40-foot inflatable pig named Algie broke free over London, drifted into Heathrow Airport's flight path at 30,000 feet, grounded multiple flights, terrified a herd of cows in Kent, and became one of the most iconic protest symbols in music history. And the song it was built for was a direct attack on one of the most powerful politicians in Britain. This is the story of pigs, and none of it is an accident. Roger Waters had been cycling around South London on his bicycle in late 1976, looking for a location to shoot the album cover for Animals, Pink Floyd's upcoming 10th studio album. He kept passing Battersea Power Station, an enormous, decaying coal plant with 4 giant chimneys on the south bank of the Thames. He described it as doomy and inhuman. He had an idea. What if they flew a giant inflatable pig between those chimneys? Nobody thought it was a good idea. Waters did it anyway. Animals is a concept album built entirely around George Orwell's 1945 novel Animal Farm. Orwell used farm animals as a metaphor for political corruption, with pigs representing the ruling class, dogs the enforcers, and sheep the passive masses who follow along without questioning anything. Roger Waters took that same framework and applied it to mid-1970s Britain, specifically targeting politicians, businessmen, and anyone he felt was abusing power over ordinary people. Pig's 3 different ones directly attacks 3 real targets. The most famous is widely believed to be a thinly veiled attack on Mary Whitehouse, a British moral campaigner who spent decades trying to censor television and music. Waters sings, "You radiate cold shafts of broken glass. You're nearly a laugh, but you're really a cry." He is not being subtle. December 2nd, 1976. Pink Floyd, photographer Aubrey Powell, and a team of 11 photographers and 3 film crews arrived at Battersea Power Station for the album cover shoot. A 40-foot helium-filled pig named Algie, built by the German company Ballon Fabric, the same company that had previously constructed Zeppelin airships, was inflated on the ground. The band's manager, showing rare foresight, hired a marksman with a telescopic rifle to shoot the pig down if it escaped. On day 1, Algie was never launched. Inflation took so long that the shoot was cancelled. Everyone went home. Nobody told the marksman to come back the next day. December 3rd, 1976. No marksman. Algie was launched. A gust of wind tore the mooring ropes completely apart. Within 5 minutes, Algie had disappeared over the London skyline. She was next spotted by airline pilots at 30,000 feet. Air traffic control at Heathrow Airport began receiving frantic reports from pilots about a giant flying pig in the flight path. Flights were cancelled. A police helicopter was scrambled. The airport officials initially thought it was a hoax. It was not a hoax. Algie eventually drifted 60 miles southeast of London before landing that night on a farm in Kent, where she terrified a herd of cows. The farmer was annoyed but returned the pig to Pink Floyd the following day. On day 3, 2 marksmen were present. The shoot went without incident. But when Powell looked at all the photographs from the 3-day shoot, a problem emerged. The photos from day 3 had a boring, flat blue sky. The photos from day 1 had a dramatic, dark, cloudy sky, but no pig in them. The final album cover is a composite. The sky is from day 1. The pig is from day 3. Algie was never actually floating between those chimneys in any single photograph. The most iconic album cover in Pink Floyd's catalog is a fake. After Animals was released in January 1977, Pink Floyd went on the In the Flesh tour. Roger Waters was growing more and more disgusted with large stadium audiences, which he felt treated his intensely personal music as background noise for getting drunk. At a concert in Montreal on July 6, 1977, a fan was shouting and throwing fireworks from the front row throughout the entire show. At the end of the night, Waters walked to the front of the stage, leaned down, and spat directly in the man's face. He immediately felt disgusted with himself. That moment, the feeling of a wall between himself and the audience, became the entire concept for Pink Floyd's next album. The Wall. A song about pigs inspired a tour that inspired the most ambitious rock concept album ever made, because Roger Waters spat on one person in Montreal. When Waters eventually left Pink Floyd in 1985, part of the legal settlement was that he would be paid $800 every time his former bandmates performed live with an inflatable pig. Pink Floyd's response was to create a new inflatable pig with visible male anatomy, which technically meant it was not the same pig and therefore not subject to the agreement. Algie the pig has since floated over concerts in more than a dozen countries, appeared in political protests worldwide, drifted over Coachella in 2008 when Roger Waters' pig broke free again, and been seen on the opening ceremony broadcast of the 2012 London Olympics. A pig that broke free and grounded flights over Heathrow has spent nearly 5 decades as one of the most recognizable protest symbols on Earth.